Hello, I'm Dr. Jessica Ash, and today I'm going to talk about generosity as a mindset. There was recently a study done of homeless people. A man dressed himself in rags and was barefoot, and he started walking around to homeless people and said, "Do you have anything that you can give me?" They would give him their last penny. Resoundingly, if they had a quarter, they would give him the quarter because he was one of them. One lady didn't have anything but a half of a sandwich. She gave him that half of a sandwich. This informal study demonstrates that generosity is a mindset. These people who had almost nothing were willing to give. So there's a famous children's story called Stone Soup, in which an old lady goes from neighbor to neighbor and says, "Do you have anything I can eat?" And they all say, "No, I don't really have anything." So she goes back to her hut and she starts a fire out front and puts a cauldron, a big pot, on the fire. She puts stones in it, hence the title Stone Soup. Stones and water. And she goes back into her hut. Slowly, the neighbors start to peek their heads out. One neighbor cuts one potato, brings it over, puts it in the water. Another neighbor finds 2 carrots in her cupboard. She cuts them up, puts them in the soup. Another community member finds little scraps of chicken in her cupboard. She brings them over and puts them in. So this is another story that shows you may think that you only have this much or maybe nothing, but you do have something to give to the community. So in the story of Stone Soup, the entire community worked together to make soup to feed the whole community. And the reason I'm talking about this is because let's take the opposite. If members of a community are very, very poor and they're focused on trying to get external funding from somewhere else instead of focused on their community, they're focused on something they don't even control. It makes them helpless. It makes them feel powerless. If Tom's neighbor needs a rock moved and he helps them, they've done something positive. And then if Tom's neighbor helps somebody with something else, then they're all focused on each other. You get one neighbor helping another neighbor, helping another neighbor, and that whole community is lifted up. So generosity is a state of mind. If you speak a little bit of English, you can help somebody speak English. Whatever you have, share it, and your community is better. This reminds me of my neighbor, and you'll see some videos of him. He's growing cucumbers, and he has so many cucumbers that he literally took a bag and put 33 cucumbers out on his front lawn in a bag for people to take. And neighbors would come by who don't have cucumber plants, and they would pick up a cucumber and they would talk. It's a beautiful example of generosity. And you have something that one other community member can use. And by sharing it, you make your community a much happier place. Okay, so here's a really big cucumber on my neighbor's plant.
Yeah, take that one.
It's so long, and he wants me to take it. He's just giving away these cucumbers to anybody. And today's conversation is about generosity. And there are 2 on here that are just huge. So I'll take them. Okay. So exciting. So these cucumbers are covered to keep the deer off of them. And you're gonna give away what over here?
Baxter.
His garden just goes on and on. What is it you're gonna give away?
I give away tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Oh, wow. Well, we make tomato sauce.
13, 14, I counted.
That's a lot of peppers.
Take a couple if you want them.